You're listening to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. The show that gives pastors and church leaders the clarity they need to protect their people, property, and ministry.
Welcome back to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. I'm your host, Ron Wadley with Insurance for Texans. We help church leaders to protect their people and property with wisdom and clarity. If you've ever treated church insurance renewal like shopping for office supplies, you're not the only one. Every year when Grace Fellowship's policy came up for renewal, the administrator would make a few phone calls, collect a handful of quotes, line them up, and choose the cheapest one. It felt responsible, efficient, stewardly. Why pay more for something that looks the same on paper? Then a single storm changed their point of view. A massive North Texas hailstorm tore through their community one evening last spring. The church's windows shattered. Huge sections of their roof peeled back, and one of their skylights exploded into the fellowship hall, allowing water to pour inside. This left behind damaged flooring, furniture, and equipment that had taken years to acquire. After the storm, the church assumed that insurance would simply step in and make things right. Instead, they discovered things that limited what their insurance would do. The hail deductible was far higher than they had realized. The roof payout was based on the depreciated value of their 20-year-old roof, which was pennies compared to what it would cost to replace the roof. While repairs dragged on and money became even tighter, their worship services moved to a temporary space. The congregation numbers decreased, and with it, giving dipped, and the church was facing a financial crisis. Suddenly, the cheap insurance policy didn't seem so cheap anymore. That's when the church's board began asking themselves a hard question. Did chasing quotes actually cost us more? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Church insurance does not work like buying printer paper. When multiple agents submit quotes for the same church, insurance carriers don't see competition. They see confusion. Each agent gathers information differently. One guesses the roof age. Another misses weekday childcare programs. A third glosses over facility rentals. To an underwriter, that inconsistency looks like a church is focused only on price, not on understanding their risk. And when that happens, carriers stop trying. They don't sharpen terms. They don't expand coverage. They either offer stripped-down policies or walk away altogether. Even worse, your church's story gets lost. Grace Fellowship wasn't just a building. It was a church full of responsible leaders. They had safety protocols, engaged volunteers, no prior claims, and active ministries serving the community. But no single agent had that full story and was able to present it to the insurance carriers. Each submission painted a partial picture, and underwriters moved on. Then there's the leverage problem most churches never hear about. The first agent to submit your church to a carrier blocks that market. Once that happens, no other agent, no matter how experienced, can negotiate with that insurance company on your behalf. In this scenario, the fastest wins, and not necessarily the best agency. Grace Fellowship learned that the hard way. The agent who rushed the quote locked the market before anyone else could advocate properly. The result was a policy that looked fine until it was tested by a Texas hailstorm. After that experience, the church changed its approach. Instead of gathering random quotes, they partnered with a church insurance specialist at Insurance for Texans. Someone who slowed the process down, asked deeper questions, understood Texas weather, church operations, and how to present their risk properly. The difference wasn't just price. It was a policy that protected the things that mattered most to their church. They learned an important lesson in all of this. More quotes don't equal better coverage. Speed doesn't equal wisdom. And the cheapest policy often costs the most later. If your church is approaching renewal, stop shopping agents and start choosing one specialist who understands Texas churches. Connect with our church insurance team at insurancefortexans.com. And if you would like a deeper understanding of church insurance, get a copy of our book, The Promise of Certainty, at thepromiseofcertainty.com. I'm Ron Wadley, and this has been Faith Stewardship and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. Until next time, remember that buying the cheapest policy today could cost your church much more tomorrow.
Thanks for listening to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance. Until next time, remember, insurance isn't just about policies. It's about safeguarding the mission God has called you to lead.